So now let's move to another section, which would be CSV import. Okay. So for doing a CSV import, a CSV import is almost similar in each and every, you can say, ERP or any other system. Okay. First thing is we have to do the mapping. We have to create a CSV file. We have to do the mapping, and accordingly, we have to then upload it as required. Okay. So if we want to upload a particular file, you need to go to setup, import export, and click on import CSV records. So if I click on it, I'll have to define what I want to import. Okay, whether I want to import a chart of account, or I want to import items, or whether I want to import employees, that can be defined here. So I can define the import type. Okay, whether I want to import classifications. Classifications are nothing but, say, locations, departments, cost centers. If I go to, say, accounting will have all those information such as chart of accounts, consolidated exchange rate, and so on and so forth. In case if I want to, say, import employees, accordingly I'll be able to import employees, or say employee timesheets, and so on and so forth. In case if I want to import items, so depending on that, I'll have to define the record type, whether it's an inventory item that I want to upload, or lot inventory, or say service item. You can select it here as required. Okay. So say I'm just taking an example. I have not created a CSV as of now. So let's say I want to upload employees. Okay, so I'll do that. Character encoding and CSV common delimiter, we generally don't change that anywhere. And then I'll select CSV file from which I want to upload a particular file. Okay, so I'll just search for a particular CSV. See if I have something. So CSV is nothing but, you can say, an Excel file. So let's see if I can create one. Let's say I'll just save one file as CSV, or this was the file that we have. So just remove it. Okay, so let's say I'll save this. So I'll just save it in the CSV format and save it. And I'll change, let's say, downloads. Okay, so this is a, say, test CSV that I have created. So if I go back to this particular import thing, I'll just select the file. So if I go to downloads, I'll see this test CSV file and click on next. So the thing here is, I've just taken an example. In the real time, you'll have to create the actual file which will have all the columns, which will have all the rows as required. Are we okay till now? Do you understand what is a CSV? What are the things that will require in a CSV?
Yes.
Okay. So once this is done, I'll go back to import options. It will define whether I want to add a particular record or update a record. Update means they are already in the system and I want to update some stuff there. In case if I want to add as well as update something, then I'll click on add and update. Okay. So if I want to add something, I'll just click on add and I'll click on next. Once I do that, I'll have to do the mapping. Okay. Mapping is nothing but what data should go from the CSV file to the NetSuite. Okay. So here, as I was saying that I want to import employees, I employee related fields here. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll have, and on the left hand side, I'll see all the CSV columns. Okay. So for example, if I want to have the financial row, say let it go into account, I can do a drag and drop. Okay. In case if I want to have that as an amount, I can say, let's say it is default currency. I'm just taking an example. So this is how I'll do the mapping. Okay. In case if I want to say have the birth date, okay, I want to do it as hard coded. I can just click on this pencil icon and it say, let's say I want that to be today's date. Okay, I can select the date as well and I can save it. So all the employees which will get update, you can say uploaded, will have the birth date as 18/1/2021. Okay, so this is how I can do all the mapping and I can just click on next. So once this is done, I'll just have to give this import a name. Once that is done, I'll just click on save and run. Okay, so this is a test. I'll just click on save and run. I know this is not going to import anything because it's a test file. Okay, so once this is done, it will show me import job status. So if I click on it, it will show me whether it is uploading or not. Okay, so if I click on refresh, it will show me the status and the percentage complete. If I refresh it again, 89%. Okay, so here you could see that it has not imported anything. And if I click on refresh again, I'll be able to see the response file. Okay, so what it does is it is showing that 0 of 123 records uploaded imported successfully. So not a single record has uploaded. And if I want to see what was the error, I can just click on CSV response and it will open a file and it will show me the error. Okay. So what it is saying is, please enter a default currency and subsidiary and all other stuff. Okay. So it will show me all the things or all the errors that are there. And once they are corrected, I can try it again and upload it accordingly. So this is how you can upload a particular CSV file. Any questions related to CSV import? Internal
What?
ID.
Okay.
It can be anything. It can be a internal ID, external ID, whatever that you would like to.
Okay.
So for example, if I go back here on the update, say I want to update a record. So say I'll do the same thing. I want to upload a chart of accounts. I'll select the same file. Say for example, I want to update it. So when I update it, what I'll do is I'll have to provide the internal ID of that particular record. Okay. So say internal ID. Internal ID is nothing but the primary key. And I'll have to provide one column for internal ID and accordingly it will update that particular account. Okay. Are we okay?
Yes, brother.
Okay. Any questions? So this is, you can say this import is almost similar to all the other ERPs as well. The UI might change or a step here or there, but apart from that, everything remains the same. We have to do the mapping, we have to upload the file and then save it. Okay.
Okay,
Are we
brother.
okay? Okay. So once this has been done, in case if I want to use the same CSV import that I've created in the future as well, I can just go to setup, import export, and click on saved CSV import. Okay, so it will show me the list of all the CSV imports that I have created, and accordingly I can upload it. So for example, test customer upload. If I want to view the mapping, I can just click on view and it will show me the mapping accordingly. Okay, so here we have all the mappings. Customer should be go to customer name, credit limit should go to credit limit, what should be the subsidiary. So on the left hand side you see all the columns of a CSV, on the right hand side you see the Netsuite side. Okay, and if I click on this test CSV upload, I'll have to go through the same process. Only the thing is I'll now have to do the mapping again. Okay, it will all automatically, or it will have the same mapping. I can use the same CSV import or CSV file, and accordingly it will get uploaded. Okay.
Okay, brother.
Any questions? Okay, so this was it. Do you want any other topic to we can extend this session maybe by 10 to 15 minutes. Today is the last session. Do you need or do you want to go through any other topic apart from this?
Actually, can you tell us some project management, anything if you can highlight?
Yeah, I will go through that in brief. Apart from that,
For example,
so you want to create something here.
yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so first we'll do that. So if you go to customizations, here you have center and tabs. Okay, so if I click on centers, you will be able to see all the centers which are there. Center tabs. Center tabs are nothing but all these tabs that you see. Okay, and center categories are nothing but the categories that are there here under each and every thing. Okay, so center. So as mentioned, you have various centers that are there. Okay, these are custom centers. Okay, we cannot make changes to a standard center, say classic center, accounting center, so on and so forth. But in case if you want to create a new center, you can always go ahead and create a new center. I have not seen anyone creating a new center as such. Okay, these are all the centers which have come from various bundles or suite apps that we have installed. Okay, apart from that, center tabs. Okay, here you will see all the tabs that are there. Okay, so for example, if I go to transactions, if I want to see what is there under transactions, so here you can see that transactions is there where it's under sales center. So if I click on it, edit it, you will see what is there under these center tabs. Okay, and under center tabs you have various categories, relationships, reports, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is how you can define the center tabs. Okay, and the last thing would be center categories. So say under categories, say let's say I go to transactions. Okay, so if I go to transactions, so here you have various things here. So say let's say I want to go to transactions, and here I can define what should be shown. Okay, what should be the link, opportunities, estimates, so on and so forth. So if I go to transactions, here it will show me these opportunities, estimates, sales orders, and so on and so forth. And in case if I want to add a particular link, I can do it here, and accordingly it will show me under that particular center tab. Okay, Is that fine?
Yes, Prithvi.
And you can also have the center links as well. This is just for, you can say, information. You don't need, we generally don't use this custom center links. This is just the links that are there. Okay. Now let's go to projects. So project is nothing but it has various tasks, it can have various resources, it can have its own budget, and so on and so forth. So to create a new project, you need to go to list, or if you want to see the projects, you can just go to list, relationships, and click on projects. And here you will be able to see the projects which are there in the system. Okay, so here we have all the projects, and if I click on a particular project, let's say install solar system, on the project you can define, in case if this particular project is related to a particular customer, so here you can define the customer, who is the project manager, so on and so forth. And under schedule you will define all the tasks that are there. What are the tasks that you need to perform? It will have design, procurement, installation. If you want to edit it, you can do that, and you can define the start date, end date, and everything. Okay, so if I click on edit, I can define the name of that particular task, where it should be inserted, what's the current status, what's the planned number of hours. So let's say I will require this to complete, or 100 hours to complete this. I can define that, and I can also assign various resources. So I can assign resources here, who would be working on it, what the number of hours that particular person would be running working on. I can define various resource allocations as well. Who would be the predecessor, or which would be the previous task that should get completed. In case if there are any timesheets attached, you can say entered by a particular user against this particular task, it will get saved here. So all these information can be defined on a particular project task. Okay, and once this is done, you can also define various resources on a project level as well. So in case if you don't want that to be on a task level and want on a project level, you can define it here. Apart from that, financial will have all the other information. What's the cost of that particular project, what's the billing type, whether it's a T&M or it's a fixed bid, and everything can be defined here. Under P&L, depending on the transactions that we have entered, the P&L will get automatically calculated. And here you can see that the percentage work complete is 00. So depending on the schedule, I can go to a particular task, I can mark that as completed, and accordingly the status will get, or the percentage complete would get changed as required. So this was a brief about project. Project is not a, you can say, simple topic which can be covered, say, in a one session or two sessions. It's a highly complicated you can say thing. So first I'll say you go through all the other stuff, and in case if you still have any, and if you want to go to projects in detail, we can schedule sessions, say 2, 3, 4 sessions, and we can go through that in detail. Is that fine?
Okay, Prithvi.
But this is how the basic project works. It will have a schedule, it will have all the resources, have the financial information, and accordingly the timesheets can be entered. We can stay, you can see, uh, have the status or the overall progress of the state project and everything. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Prithvi.
Any other questions? Any other small topics that you would like to go through?
No.
Saurabh?
No, something I think you mentioned, na, accounting topics also you will come a little bit.
Okay. So there are some accounting topics as well. Accounting topics in the sense that how you can enter a bank check, how you can enter a, say, journal entry. That's it. Okay. So if you go to transactions bank, here you have all the transactions, say like write check. In case if you want to transfer funds from one bank to another, you can do that. If you want to create a journal, you can just go to transactions, financial, and click on make journal entries. Okay, so this is how you can just enter the transaction. So say I want to enter a check. On the check, I'll define the account from which I'm creating the check. I'll enter the pay. Say I'm paying it to Prudvi J. Okay, I'll enter accordingly. The subsidiary would get auto populated and so on and so forth. And here I can define the expense. So let's say I'm paying some advance. So under item and expenses, the page is, I can enter the account, say advance. I'll see if that there is some, okay, advance is paid. Okay, and say it's $1,000. Okay, I can do that and I can click on save. So this will just book the expense accordingly. Okay, this is how you can create a check. Okay, so checks are generally used for entering day-to-day expenses. So I'll just select the bank account again, say best banks. Okay, and I'll click on save. So this is how you can save a check. Any questions?
No, thanks.
Similarly for transfers, if you want to transfer an amount from say one account to another, you can select the from account, you can select the to account, enter the amount and save. Okay, so if you want to say you have some cash and you're paying it in the or putting in your bank, so what it will do is you will enter the from account as cash and you will enter the to account as your bank account and enter the amount and save it. So it will transfer from your cash to bank account. Similarly, say journal entry, you can enter the subsidiary journal entry. You might be aware of, right? You have a debit account, credit account. If the amounts match, save it. Okay.
Okay.
But the most important thing here is in NetSuite always emphasize much on this help. The help that NetSuite has provided will solve 70 to 80% of your queries. Okay.